Okay, so this is a video of how to fiberglass. And I'll show the issue first. So here's the issue right in here. There's a hole, I need to cover that up, and then all this was starting to delaminate. So you can see kind of how it was. I'm not too worried about this because it's just a personal project. But you can see how it was kind of coming up. It was coming up real bad in the middle. So if you have that issue or just a hole, you want to sand it down towards, you can see the fiberglass. If there's gel coat or something, you want to make sure it's all smooth. And then any other places you want, you're just gonna do that. I'm not gonna be fiberglassing over that spot because that's where the bow eye goes. But anyways, I'm gonna mix up the resin and show y'all guys how to fiberglass. All right, so we've got our fiberglass mixed up. I have a good way to set this. So I'll just set it like this. So what you do is you'll have your resin, however much, mix to the right, and then you'll have your fiberglass. What you want to do is pre-soak your spot with a little bit of resin. So just like this, you take it, however much you're trying to soak in, make sure you're soaking it all good. Then you want to take your mat and then just lay it in there nice and thick. Don't got to be too worried about nothing crazy. Then you'll take your brush with the resin and then you want to tamp it down. So just like this. And see how it's covering that hole. Now, after this, you want a big piece of fiberglass. So in my case, it's a couple inches by couple inches, nothing crazy. So you have your big piece. I'm taking it, ripping out a square like this, just placing it on top of it. Then take that resin, tamp it down, soak it in. So just like this. And really, you don't want to do more than 2 or 3 layers at a time. So if you have a bigger spot, feel free to take as much time as you need. You really don't want to take any longer than about, I don't know, maybe a minute or two, because once your gel starts to, or once your fiberglass resin starts to gel up, it'll want to not be able to work with anymore. So yeah, now let me add on my final piece of fiberglass. This is a bigger piece. We'll do about half of this. So here's your piece, about double the size of that first patch. Now this patch will go out a little bit further. All right, so here's your final product. 3 layers of CSM, chop strand mat. It's about 1.5 ounce, something like that. But yeah, now clean up, you might be wondering, what do you do? So there's multiple different parts to clean up. There's maintenance. Well, not really maintenance. There's dealing with it after you're done. And the big thing, how to get fiberglass out of your skin. So what I found for fiberglass out of my skin is just it'll work itself out. But if you wash it with cold water, before hot water, and then kind of get as much off of you with cold water, then take a shower, you should be all right. You will have little tiny splinters in your hands, arms, unless you wear long sleeve and gloves like you're supposed to. I don't, because I don't know, it's 98 degrees in Georgia, and I will sweat through a pair of gloves and a shirt faster than you can say sweat. So just be careful. Know that fiberglass is messy, but it is fun. You mess up, just sand it down, try it again. There's no reason to be scared of what you're doing, because you mess up, so what? Pour some more resin and get some more fiberglass. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. And oh, one more thing. Materials needed. So I have my JB Weld fiberglass resin. This is a gallon. It's about $60 at Home Depot. They sell quarts for about 30. So the gallon is about, you'll get about double your money's worth than the quart. But if you have a small project, obviously get the quart. I will say that if your project is any bigger than about 4 square feet and you plan on doing more than 2 layers of fiberglass, I would go ahead and get the gallon, because you'll spend a lot more if you find out other places you need a fiberglass, or if you really want to go a little bit thicker, or you have a mold or something, or you want to do it again, or have more for later. So yeah, as much fiberglass resin as you need. Then good thing to know is there's CSM, which is chop strand mat. That's what y'all saw me use today. And there's woven mat, and I have a woven mat in the shop here. It is, well, woven together. It's a little bit stronger. It's this material right here. This is just cut up an old piece. You can get them at Home Depot, 8 square foot mats, or you can buy them on Amazon. I recommend Amazon. You can get big rolls of the CSM and big rolls of the woven. They also make biaxial, which is 1708. It is both of those combined. If you have a project you want a lot of thickness, I recommend using that. Next thing you'll need is your chip brushes. They're like $1 at Home Depot. You can use nicer brushes and try and save them, but I find that it takes more time and money than just trying to use a chip brush every time you have a project. You'll need one of these little quart cups, or just a mixing cup, a non-stick mixing cup of your choice. But how you clean these up, you'll just leave the brush in here, hopefully standing up, or kind of just like that. But once you're finished, it'll dry up. And the reason you want a non-stick paint cup is because you can just pull the resin base right out of the project, just like that, and it'll come right out of the cup. This stuff cures pretty quickly, definitely gels pretty quickly. It's supposed to have a 2-hour cure time, and Georgia, Satan's nutsack heat, like we're in right now, it'll cure in about 30 minutes. In fact, it's already gelling right now. But yeah, and then for cleanup, you'll just want a sander of some sort to kind of smoothen it out, get any loose fibers down or in a way of it. And then after that, acetone or mineral spirits, anything that's a fast evaporating indoor or exterior cleanup, just to wipe it down, get all that fiberglass dust off, and then you can paint it or leave it however you want to. But I did this whole floor yesterday, big old floor for this John boat. I'm redoing this John boat. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching that and learning how to do fiberglass. Now get out there and do it on your own. It's the only way you're going to learn.